We had Congressman Brad Wenstrup on with us. He is the chairman of the select subcommittee on the coronavirus pandemic. He's a Republican from Ohio. They've been doing yeoman's work trying to get to the truth about what happened with COVID. You're going to be shocked, honestly. Hold your chin, because your chin and your mouth may fall so far open when you hear this news it could go to the floor. It apparently came from a lab in Wuhan. What I'm going to tell you right now is non-classified. And because I had such a short time with Brad on the air, because we were up against this network clock, we didn't get to everything. And he asked to hold on and talk to my producers after we got off the air. And he said, "Tell Glenn, this is just the declassified stuff that has come out." He said, "The classified stuff, and it's going to come out," he said, "is jaw-dropping." He said, "It is so far out of control, our government and big farm. And gosh, wouldn't it be a shame to have somebody like Robert F. Kennedy say, I think this should be declassified?" I talked to the president yesterday about RFK, and he said to me, "Glenn, there is a problem with something. I don't know what it is." He thinks it's food and pharmaceuticals, but just with autism, the numbers are staggering. It is out of control, and he's convinced. And so I told him, give me the science, show me, prove it, and let's fix it if that's what it is. And he's also very clear about transparency. And I think if Robert F. Kennedy comes out and says, you know what, the coronavirus pandemic thing really needs to be declassified, I think Donald Trump is going to declassify it, and it is going to expose everybody. Everybody is involved in this. The intelligence community, the Justice Department, the cover-up alone from the NIH and Fauci's office. We know now that they were shredding and deleting information and emails. They were intentionally, and even during the subcommittee in the last year or so, while this was going on, the Democrats were still trying to block getting any information on this. The senior advisor for Fauci unlawfully deleted federal COVID-19 records, okay? You don't do that. He then shared non-public information about NIH grant processes with EcoHealth Alliance. This is everything we said. We were, I think, the first ones to come out with a special and a giant chalkboard to show you exactly what happened. We were almost dropped entirely from YouTube because of it. And then Steve Deace and gosh, what's his name? I feel horrible. That wrote the book about how we're turning into Nazis.
Oh, the co-op. Oh, Daniel Horowitz.
Yeah, Daniel Horowitz. Then they came out with a book, and almost all of this stuff now is being proven. And that's just the declassified stuff. We have a real problem. Our government is completely out of control. And I just want to remind you, the Declaration of Independence says, hey, dear King George, we really feel bad. We tried to talk to you about some things, and we really have to break away. But we apologize that we're wanting to do that, but we feel we have to tell you why. This revolution that we started is unlike any other revolutionary document ever produced in the history of the world. Read BLM's revolutionary documents. We're going to end this. We're going to destroy the traditional family. We're going to do this and this and this. Ours started with, hey, we have a respect for God and mankind, and we think we need to tell you why. And then it doesn't go into because you suck. It goes into because we see things completely different. We hold things that you don't believe to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, yada, yada. And then it goes into, and governments are instituted among men to protect those rights. And paraphrasing, whenever a government begins to injure those rights or harm those rights, it is the right and the duty of the public to overthrow that government and replace it with a government more likely to protect those rights. That's what happened, gang. We just went through that paragraph of the Declaration of Independence. What this mandate is we are overthrowing this out-of-control government that is inflicting damage on our rights, and we're replacing it with a bunch of outsiders, hopefully, that will be better equipped to protect our rights. Okay? So we did this the right way. This is fantastic news. Our founders saw the solution, and we actually did it. Now we just have to make sure, because these guys are going to fight with it. There is so much money involved. I mean, you want to just think of all the wars that are breaking out right now. All of the wars. You have South Korea. You have North Korea, China violating South Korea. You have China with their drones. I don't know if you've seen the video of their drone armies. Oh my, our aircraft carriers are over. Mark my words, the next global war, the next serious war, aircraft carriers are going to be the horse of World War I. It's over. They're going to take Taiwan, possibly. If Trump gets in, there's a chance of that stopping, or when Trump gets in. But what are we doing? We're depleting everything we have. We rebuilt our armed forces under Trump. Now, we don't have enough to fight a two-front war. We just don't have enough. We don't have it. We've given it away. Why? Because the military-industrial complex says, you know what, why don't you give your stuff away? We'll make more for you. You know the money that is involved? Think of Jason Bourne. Those movies where people are killed because of small things like, $1 billion or power, that is happening in almost every industry and every big business around the world. Pharmaceuticals, healthcare, intelligence, the military-industrial complex, the education complex, everything. When these things are exposed, people are going to be in danger on both sides. You're going to just start seeing people, accidentally falling out of a window. I'm convinced of it. Because it is so corrupt. But the good news is we are on it. And the best thing that can happen is to release all of these documents. And this is the one thing I do like about RFK. RFK doesn't trust the government. He does not trust the intelligence agencies. He doesn't trust the government because he's seen 2 murders and assassinations in his own family. He knows what deep state can do. And I am absolutely convinced. I was never convinced of this before. I am absolutely convinced. Oswald killed him. But that was an operation. I'm absolutely convinced that was an operation. He was going to cut all of the endless wars that they were preparing for. Donald Trump is in that same situation. The good news is Donald Trump is not alone. John F. Kennedy was kind of alone, had his brother, but kind of alone. But remember what Hoover did. That's why Kash Patel is so critical in the FBI. Kash Patel they are pooping their pants, all day long. I don't know how many changes of underwear they have to bring to Congress and the Senate and to the FBI building every day, but they got to be changing their underpants a lot because that guy is serious. I talked to his wife last night, and she said, Kash wanted to come up and make sure that I said hello, and I said, you make sure you tell him I am 100% behind him, because we talked on TV months ago, and he talked about, I wouldn't have released the JFK papers. He said, I can't explain why, but I saw them. I think that was a right decision. But everything else, it needs to be declassified. Everything just needs to be declassified. This is too secretive. So there's no accountability. That guy's going to go in, and he's going to take things like this, and people are going to go to jail. This is the kind of revolution that our founders wanted. It is a peaceful revolution, but they're not stopping their fight. We are in for, and I hate to keep harping on this, but this is why I'm so concerned about global war, because this isn't just an American problem. This is happening everywhere. This is everyone, every country, every Western country has this going on. Look at Canada. Look at Trudeau. What do you think is hiding in the closet of Trudeau? What do you think is hiding in the closets of the Labour Party and even the Conservative Party over in England or France or Germany? That doesn't have the kind of constitutional oversight like we have. These secrets are everywhere, and they're connected. We have our work cut out for us. But I have to tell you, I feel this from every part of my being. It is going to be very, very tough, but God is with us. And Donald Trump is serious. And he is looking for, I don't get the feeling he is married to any one person that he's appointing. He is married to the mission. And the mission is get it done completely, and get it done fast before they can even react to cut our heads off. Cut the heads off of this snake. And he's serious about it.